It's motorsports stripped to the core. Competition down to earth and flying high. It is rally, and this is the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship. Year, Scouts South Australia has thrown its weight behind Rally SA to host the third round of the National Championship. In today's program, we have Neil Bates leading the charge in a strong field of two-wheel drive classics. And we'll bring you the dice for the prize on offer by Justin Dowell in the East Coast Bullbars four-wheel drive National Series. Plus, we'll feature the latest addition to Rally, the Pedders Power Stage. Car on car, driver on driver. The top 5 teams will shoot out for bonus championship points. It was a battle to the end in the Quit Forest Rally in Western Australia last round. Eli Evans came away with the weekend victory and in championship terms grabbed a heat and power stage win to increase his leaderboard tally. The short tarmac power stage wasn't to Scott Petter's liking, but he bagged points for third anyway to add to his Heat 2 win in the Swiss Renault Sport. Tom Wilde celebrated a podium finish in his home event, but missed the points cut in the power stage after the Renault faltered. Michael Bowden had his best weekend in the LG VW Polo, one step off the podium, but getting used to the new two-wheel drive. Brendan Reeves was every bit the match for Eli Evans in the power stage, out by just 100th of a second, but mechanical issues kept him off the podium in both heats. Jack Monkhouse was the best of the rear-drive Nissans after Will Orders withdrew from Heat 2 with engine management problems. The new Nissan 370Z of Nick Box debuted and stole hearts at the power stage with a wildcard entry. After a frustrating run, Box was just happy to manage the powerful Z through a weekend of teething problems inherent with any new rally car. Mark Petter was the second Petter in the power stage, but finished just outside the points. The weekend didn't get any better, when the engine overheated after an off in Heat 1, it was out of the event. In championship terms, it's Eli Evans from Scott Petter, with teammate Tom Wilde displacing Jack Monkhouse for third. In true style, the Warhope Warrior is again showing he might not be the fastest, but there's nothing like a little consistency. Round 3 from the Scouts Rally SA is where the action will take place. The first opportunity to gain championship points will come with the Pedders Power Stage being at Mount Crawford Forest, 50 kilometres to the northeast of Adelaide.
Here we are for the third round of the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship, the Scouts Rally SA. Now we're in the famous Mount Crawford Forest. We're standing on the Pedders Power Stage. It's a stage where competitors can earn bonus points before they actually start the rally itself. 2 drivers have won a round apiece, Eli Evans and Brendan Reeves. But there could be a dark horse here, Jack Monkhouse. He's a local. And as the Scouts say, be prepared to be entertained.
This round, the Pedders Power Stage is back on gravel on a traditional rally surface that should highlight the best skills of those taking part. Every entrant has 2 passes over the stage to establish the 5 fastest times from their run. Those drivers then line up for one shot at grabbing the extra points on offer. 5 for first, 3 for second, and 1 point for third. This power stage is 2.6 kilometres in length, beginning with a hairpin back into the forest. The first of 3 square corners is the Coates Hire split, marking the start of Sector 2 that includes an off-camber corner and an almost jump, dropping down to the East Coast Bullbars loop. The final sector includes a 500-metre straight, where speeds in excess of 140 k's will be reached before cars must negotiate a tricky S-bend and the final sprint to the jump at the flying finish. Dean Herridge is in the stage with Dunko, who's been checking it out.
Ross Duncan, you've been out in the Pedders ute onto the power stage. Looks pretty good out here to me.
Fantastic. Have a look at the road conditions. Absolutely perfect. Now, this stage has got a bit of everything in it. It's got a lot of square corners, off-cambered corners and flowing corners. Throw into the mix a couple of blind crests as well.
It's an exciting sort of format we've got going on here, and we've of course got sectors here to keep an eye on everybody. What do you think is going to be the critical sector?
Well, I think first of all, turn 1. It's a left-hander. It's fairly tight, depending on whether or not anybody will cut it, because there's a big rock there. I probably would. And then the next one, which is turn 2, and of course you've been around it, and I have been a number of times, it's a hairpin. You have to get the car set up correctly to go into that to get a flow. You can't have 2 bites at it. Then of course towards the end, there's a sweeping right-hander that runs for about, well over half a kilometre long. They'll be off the clock there, but right at the end there's a little crest that tightens and then goes into a savage left-hander. The guys that can leave the braking to the last minute will win this stage.
I know about that corner myself personally. It's going to be very interesting. You've got to go to the commentary box. We're going to recap the qualifying highlights, and I'm going to head to the start line.
Thanks, Dean. This was the largest qualifying effort so far this year, with 18 cars lining up to test their mettle. They might not have been a chance of winning the power stage, but the juniors led the entertainment stakes early on. Michael Busby in the Turbo RX-7 and Guy Tyler overshooting the S's. Last round wildcard, Nick Box nearly made the cut to the 5, but only by taking a cut of his own to aid his cause. It wasn't successful, and the All-Star Garage 370 fell short by less than a second. It was the S's that also saw Brad Sanders come unstuck in the 1600 R3 Fiesta. No problem for Steve McKenzie in the more standard Fiesta, just not enough power to propel him into the power stage final. He was quicker, but only just, than Michael Bowden in the VW Polo, but the sister car in the hands of Mick Patton, that was sidelined after round 2. Patton struggled to stay in touch with a hastily prepared replacement Repco Ford Fiesta. Will Orders failed to fire, and the Hillary's Nissan sidelined with injector problems, leaving the Fibertech Silvia of Jack Monkhouse to fly the Nissan flag. His first pass was his best and enough to secure a berth. Mark Petter missed his first power stage for the year, and the pressure came on from the other front runners. His brother Scott grabbed the 5th spot in the Renault Clio Sport, while Brendan Reeves was 0.4 in front. Tom Wild upped the ante in the second pass, claiming second fastest qualifying time, one of only 2 cars to break the 2-minute barrier. The other? Championship leader Eli Evans, hot off his power stage win in WA. Evans and Glenn Weston showed they were the form team over the short sprint circuit. Guest driver this weekend, Molly Taylor in the Scouts Hino Fiesta, wasn't the quickest in qualifying, but she gained the wildcard entry to join the fastest 5 as they got set to battle for the first points of the weekend. It's Eli Evans, Tom Wild, Jack Monkhouse, Brendan Reeves and Scott Petter. They'll line up to fight for the 5 extra championship points on offer to the fastest around the Petters power stage in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to Scouts Rally SA. While our 5 power stage qualifiers are getting set, Molly Taylor is waiting in the staging area. She and her co-driver, Sebastian Marshall, the Brit, have taken time out from their European campaign to be part of this weekend. They're about to sample the ARC's newest take on rallying, the Petters Power Stage. Dean Herridge, our man, is on the start line with Molly now.
Molly Taylor here on the start line here for the power stage. And Molly, it's coming off some success in the European Championship. Great to have you back here.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting to be back. We were in Corsica last weekend, flew over here and straight into this rally, so we're ready to go.
Your first experience of the power stage, what are you finding? What do you think of it so far?
It's an exciting spectacle. We're really happy to be involved, and it's a great start to the rally. I think it's a good idea.
Can you give the boys a hurry up through here?
We'll do our very best.
Can't wait to see this one, guys.
Thank you, Dean. And she's doing a great job abroad. Right now, though, wonderful to have her back in Australia. She's underway with the power stage.
80. Turn open 2 right.
Now she's coming down to that hairpin that I mentioned. She's got to get a nice even flow through here. Ooh, just a bit of a hesitation, lots a little bit of time. Up a straight before she goes into a left-hander and back into the forest.
Neil Bates was always adamant that Molly had the talent behind the wheel, but you can tell how much her time in Europe has taken things to the next level. The finesse, the execution. This is terrific.
Opens.
Down to the coach split. This is our first time. Let's see how she goes. 41.
That's the benchmark, and she's not afraid to push it here. She knows this car well from her time in Europe, the Innate Motorsport team acquiring it from M Sport. And this is all part of a campaign for Molly and Adrian Coppin to compete at Rally Australia later in the year.
Off camber corner here. Now she's got to pull it back, get to the right, and try and clip the stump on the inside. Nicely done. Up over the Big Dipper, and the run down to the East Coast Bullbars split time.
Posts. Into 5 left. Opens.
It's about momentum with this car because it doesn't have the horsepower of the Renault or the Honda, does it?
No, it's only 1600cc, and we've got to remember that. Now, this is this big, long straight also. We're looking for a timing marker.
3 left.
127.4.
And we'll give you regular updates during the power stage on who has that fastest trap time, if you like, or trap speed.
50. Crest gate, turn long 5 right.
Up through the banner into a sweeping right-hander.
And long flat crest for a finish.
Heading for the finish now, Molly Taylor and Seb Marshall using all of the road here at Scouts Rally SA. First run on the power stage. This will give us the benchmark time to beat a 2:08.35. Good work. How long will it stand for?
Very tidy drive there.
A little bit slippy out there the more cars go over it, so yeah, it was maybe a little bit slower than our runs on the qualifying stage, but we had a blast.
Enjoying being back?
Yeah, loving to be home. The roads in SA are fantastic, so excited to be back here.
Pretty hard to fault it. Maybe this, Ross.
I think it was the hairpin. She did have a couple of bites at it, but it's an underpowered car. But the rest of it perfect.
Let's go back to the start line, Dean.
Down here now, guys, is Scott Petter, the first of our finalists here. And Scotty, second power stage in a row. You've just skimmed in again.
I'm the sponsor of the power stage and I'm not liking it. It's an ironic thing. However, I found a little bit of a brake problem in the first 2 runs this morning, so I've done some small little adjustments that we can here, and hopefully it's fixed. It we'll find out in about 2.6 k's time.
So you're going to push through on this one, even with that small drama? Obviously, your teammate's got a little bit more pace on you in the qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. We can push, and that's what the power stage is all about. So we'll be trying for sure, and it's going to be very, very close again.
Good luck, mate.
I believe that issue is brake bias related. Something's changed between the last round and this one. Set for a start here. Dale Moscott alongside him.
30, turn 2 left plus 100.
Picture of concentration. He wants to get better at these power stages.
Have a look at that. You see that? A big cut on that corner. He would have saved a second or two there. Now let's see how he goes through. Oh, that is the way to do it. Fantastic.
Turn 3 left, over brow. 50.
I'm hearing from Dean Herridge on the start line that some of his rivals have seen that cut too into the first corner, so don't be surprised maybe if we get a few more.
I think we might.
Let's check the time relative to Molly Taylor.
100.
And you can see quite a gain there. He is trying.
Left on crest, 100.
He's carrying some speed through that corner. Up over the crest into that next corner, which is the Petters corner, but it's an off-cambered corner. Let's see how wide he takes this. He needs to keep in. Oh, close the car sideways. He is carrying a lot of speed through there, up, and let's see how it does with this big stump on the inside. Nice and wide. Up over the Big Dipper.
100. Out. Turn 2 left plus. Opens. Room.
Approaching the next split. I love the onboard shot before, the aggression in Scott Petter's face. He's gritting the teeth. 1:19.63.
Right on brow.
He is attacking
100.
down the big fast straight.
Brake 9 right on crest. 20. Turn 2 left.
139.9. Now,
Oh, big trouble here. Big trouble for Scott Petter.
He's lost it.
He's blown it. It was looking like being a great run here in the power stage, and it's gone. This will give it back to Molly Taylor, you would think.
what he's done there is he's locked the back brakes up, and of course the back swung out and lost control, and he'll be very, very disappointed.
Brakes north. Just cruise it.
He knows that he can't do anything about it. He'd be so disappointed. You can see it on his face there now. He'd say, I've just blown it. There it is. There's
Remember, this is about points, everybody. You get points now on offer for the Petters Power Stage. What a shame. It was looking like a terrific time for Scott Petter and Dale Moscott.
What's going on with it? I don't know, but they're locking. Yeah.
So it's still the brake problem, it would seem, that's affecting things for Scott Petter.
We had a brake problem this morning for the first 2 runs. They've changed something between the rallies, and we didn't get enough time to test them, or the right conditions to test them before the rally, and I thought it made it better, but we had a spin. Just it feels like we've got totally rear brakes at the moment, so it's awful.
Ross, give us some analysis on this here.
Well, this is the corner because it's a little crest and it tightens slightly, and he's gone into it and he's touched the brakes, and of course what he has said, you can see the back wheels have locked up and there's no way that he can get back.
We thought we'd be moving off, but we're here to stay for another run.
No points for Molly as the wild card, and with that time probably no points for Scott Petter. Brendan Reeves is up next in the Mazda 2. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. As the Petters Power Stage continues, we'll take you back to the start line and Dean Herridge.
One of our strongest competitors in the Petters Power Stage so far this year. We've got Brendan Reeves, of course, and Scotty might have made it a little bit easy for you. We think you might have had an off in there and dropped about 20 seconds.
Oh no, that's no good. Yeah, the power stage has been good for us, and we're back in the championship in 6th, so we really need those points, so they're really important for our championship.
How did your runs go through in qualifying? I think you've made a setup change coming into this particular run, haven't you?
Yeah, the Mazda 2's done a great job so far, but we're back in 4th. Want to be on the top, so stiffen the rear up a little bit, try and get some more front drive.
All right, the guys are pushing here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked about Molly Taylor benefiting from all that international experience in recent years. Hasn't this combo done exactly the same? They've come on in leaps and bounds. They're away.
This guy is a talent. Have a look at that. Cut the corner, exactly the same as Scott Petter. These blokes know how to write notes and where to take the shortcuts. Can he do it through here? He is going, no, he's gone a bit wide and got into the soft stuff. I reckon he's lost a second or two there.
Entry looked pretty good though, didn't it?
Entry fast, but exit slow.
Now into the forest. We'll check the split times. It's worth noting, because Molly Taylor is in the staging area, she effectively, on overall stage time, is our benchmark. But we want to compare this effort here because Scott Petter was super fast at this stage. And in fact, Petter's time, just looking at it, only a 10th quicker than Brendan Reeves. So Reeves is pushing as well.
He is on fire, up over the crest, down into this off-cabin corner. Oh, got a bit light there because the over the crest takes all the weight off. The car started to get a bit unstable there. He's pulled the car around. Let's see how he goes up to this stump. Oh, threads the needle. How close was that?
200. Move to right, slippy. Turn 4 left, narrows. Tightens, don't.
Beautiful sound when the Mazda is in full flight like that, high in the RPM range again. So that's relative to Molly Taylor. Here's the story though, because now he's fractionally faster than Scott Petter's effort. Great work, and that shows how close things are in the Petters Power Stage.
Up to our speed zone. What sort of speed? 142.5. He's on fire.
First of our drivers to break the 140 mark in the Power Stage. Scott was a high 139k an hour.
Okay, keep 6 right, don't fast.
He's on the money. You can hear it go pop, pop, pop. Well, that's the limiter. And there's a jump right at the timing marker. As they come through the banner, hits the jump. Over he goes, takes the time.
I got us as a 2-minute flat.
We have a new combination to head to the staging area. Brendan and Rhiannon lead the Power Stage. Great effort.
That first corner cut, it's popular, is it?
Well, Scott had done it, so I thought I'd better give it a crack. Yeah, the rest of the stage felt pretty good. The last corner there I turned in a bit early, had to turn out. looked a bit nasty. Time was similar to what I'd done in qualifying, so maybe not quick enough.
There's that cut. And there's a big rock that they've actually got to miss to get through there, you know.
That was absolutely beautiful. On the rev limit at the end there, he takes his position in the staging area. Dean?
Jack Monkhouse and John Allen on the start line at the moment. And Jack, we call you a local. You'd be loving this stage in here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I love the Mount Crawford Forest, Dean. I grew up here driving cars as a kid, and every time we come back here, it's just like home.
Now, good qualifying of Scott and also Brendan. They actually haven't beaten their original time through here. You think the conditions are getting worse, or everyone's just pushing a bit hard?
Everyone's pushing hard, and our fastest run was our first run. The road is getting slipperier, and it's very easy to go wide, and you go wide, you lose seconds out there. So it's hard to commit late under brakes, but not push wide on the exit.
Points there to get. You're going to go for them?
Always going for points, but you're not going to win the rally here, so it's about getting to the finish.
Jack trying to stir us up with a conservative approach again, guys.
I can't see that somehow. This will be spectacular, no doubt about it. He's on home turf. As he said, he loves these stages. Let's see what he does.
Oh, he has.
How close do you like it?
Jumping Jack Monkhouse. Let's see how he goes here. Sets the car up in a Scandinavian flick, pulls it around. Oh, beautiful. How's that? Rear-wheel drive, of course, this car. He is fast there. I reckon he's got a couple of seconds on the two cars in front.
Straight crest 80. Straight crest break.
Down over the Big Dipper, down into the Coates timing area. Let's see how he goes, because he is a fast man.
He's up. He's up by half a second on Brendan Reeves. How sideways do you like it?
100.
He is the man. He knows these forests very, very well. Down into the Petter's corner. Let's see how he goes. Nice tight line.
Didn't you tell Dean Herridge on the start line something about being conservative?
Mr. Conservative, jumping Jack Monkhouse.
Straight crest 80. Straight crest 100. Turn 3 left. And 5 left.
Oh, is that a cut or what? Lucky there wasn't a stump in there.
Look at the gain at the bottom of your screen there. He is flying, Jack Monkhouse.
Brake 8 right 30. Turn 2 left. Don't.
Speed zone coming up.
Oh, it's significantly better. Significantly. We're almost at 150 k's an hour, about 7 k an hour quicker than our previous competitor, Brendan Reeves. This is terrific stuff.
Oh, look at the power of that turbo. You can hear that engine not working as hard as the front wheel drives because it's turbo. He's got plenty of torque, so he doesn't need to rev it as high.
Close. He grits the teeth close to those big gum trees on the left.
Look at that. The banner's coming down. Oh, I tell you what, that was close. He nearly took the banner out.
59.7 I got. Nice little squirrel there, mate. Sorry about that. That was awesome. Oh, look, Big Bull's happy.
Jack Monkhouse. How lucky were you with that deflating arch?
I just felt like I was at a show doing a ram-to-ram jump. There's always stuff going on in the show arena.
Talk to me about your run.
It was good. Like the second pass of qualifying, we pushed on and actually mate went slower. So we just had to focus on braking as late as possible, but not go wide. So I was pretty busy behind the wheel. There's lots of arms going everywhere, and it wasn't my neatest run, but it's been our fastest somehow.
So when you're searching for tenths and you're taking cuts like this, you want to make sure that you've got the notes right. And what about this?
Exactly. How about that? That's good, eh? There's the horn. Get out of the way, says Jack Monkhouse.
He's pretty eager to take his place as fastest as Brendo reverses into him. Fastest in the Petter's power stage, but all that could change shortly with Tom Wilde and Eli Evans still to come. Welcome back to the Petter's Power Stage here at Scouts Rally SA. The officials have cleared away the arch from the flying finish. Dean Herridge is with our second fastest qualifier at the start line.
Tom Wilde and Bill Hayes, a great qualifying run in the Renault, and we've just seen that Jack's had an issue on the finish line there with the inflatable sign going across the top of the car.
It's probably not the first time he's had a problem with something inflatable going down on him, but
With that in mind, he's still put in a very good time. And guys, that is one very relaxed Tom Wild on the start.
I'm sure he's talking about a camping mattress, of course.
I'll leave that alone. Let's watch the action. Wild, good start.
100.
And it's become standard now, hasn't it? Everyone saw Scott Petter do it, and they're not missing the opportunity to cut that first corner.
120.
Oh, 2 goes there, dropped a second.
Turn left 6 and gate.
Second of the magnificently prepared Renault Sport entries.
50.
On the limit.
You can hear those cars. They get on the limiter, and that's when you change.
Wide fast.
So Monkhouse and Allen top the splits at this point. That's a good one. Fractionally under by a 10th. He's doing well. Tom Wild at the first split.
Certainly is, and you can see the lines. He's getting out there wide when trying to get into the more compact dirt. Let's see how it goes through here. You don't want to get out too wide. He's in nice and tight through there. So he's getting nice, hard, compact ground.
Black crest middle, 180.
Down over the dipper, and this is quite fast down through here, Rusty. And then, of course, you've got to set up for this left-hander, and let's see how he goes. He doesn't go as wide as Monkhouse, but still nice and smooth through there.
I think this is deceptive. It's down now by almost a second on the effort of Monkhouse and Allen, who looks super aggressive, but he's being very, very concise. Good precision at the speed zone. Remember, 148 the speed to beat, so it's down on Monkhouse's effort.
Don't cut.
Oh, don't cut. You can see that big pool of water. Oh, he's lost some time there. Too wide. He should have cut through the water.
With the left entry gate into turn right 4 plus.
So it doesn't seem that Monkhouse will be displaced from the staging area.
It was fast through there.
Looks cool and calm, doesn't he? Tom
He
Wild
certainly does. Up over the jump to the finishing time marker. There it is.
recovers some time in that final sector in the end. Only a 10th in it. Good work, Tom Wild.
Don't know. Send us the other way. We want to go straight. Which way? Straight. Turn in.
Bill Hayes saying, can we get into that staging area?
Hey, not enough.
Yeah, I thought that was a really neat and tidy run, and congratulations to Jack. I think he did very, very well in there to get that time.
The hairpin, of course, and this is where he lost some time. See, the steering altered direction there and just wiped off too much speed.
So Monkhouse and Allen remain in that staging area. Will it last? Dean.
They've been our fastest qualifiers all year, and of course they won the power stage at the Quit Forest Rally. Eli Evans, Glenn Weston, you've done it again, but there's always pressure on this one run, one shot, isn't there?
It is. I'm actually really nervous this one because I know how close it's been in the qualifying, and I'm just trying to picture every corner and do it right, but I hope I'm not overthinking it. We'll see what we can do.
To tell you some more news, it's very close. Jack is only 0.1 in front of Tom Wild. So Jack did a 159.7. Tom just missed him with a 159.8. So it is very close. Lots for you to play for here.
There you go. I think we did a 59.5, I think, in qualifying. So I think the stage is actually getting slower. So those times are pretty impressive. I thought they might have been a little bit slower. So pressure's on now. Let's see what the Honda Jazz can do.
Good luck. A nervous Eli Evans on the start line.
Drivers, riders, they all reckon that becoming a father slows you down. It has not been the case so far for Eli Evans. Recently became a dad, of course. The trademark cut of the corner. The Honda Jazz singing nicely.
Yeah, well, this is the man to beat. He's done it well, and that is quite a nice line through there. That was as good as anything we've seen so far. Up to the left-hander before he dives back into the forest. Oh, a nice tight clip through and wide through the gate. He's using every inch of the road on this run.
Turn very fast, left 3 wide.
Check the split time here. Monkhouse, the effort to beat, you know that.
He's done it, eh?
He's up for now. but it's the finish line and that final time that will count.
Slippy entry, fast right 3 over.
This guy this weekend has the chance to create some history if he can score his 9th straight event win and beat a mark held by the great, the late Possumborn. That would be a huge feat.
It certainly will be, and the way he's going, I reckon he's going to take this out. All his lines are very, very nice and tidy and fast.
Yeah, they're smooth. Are they quick enough? We're approaching the sector split.
50.
It's going to be close. And he's down. Not by much, though. This is close between Monkhouse and Eli Evans. Will the local boy win the Petters Power Stage, or has the champion, the series leader, got it in him in the final sector?
144.1, and this is the corner. If he can make this, and he's cut it. Oh, look at that. But a little bit wide exit, but I tell you what, he's fastest. He's been the fastest through there.
4 over crest.
Absolutely no lifting from Eli Evans. Glenn Weston, the picture of concentration in the co-driver's seat, close to those massive gum trees that line the fast, the daunting Mount Crawford Forest. The finish,
yes!
He's done it!
Well done! What a drive, what a drive.
58.
Missed by that much for Jack Monkhouse. It's victory for the Honda team. That is a mega way to start the weekend. The closest competition we've seen so far in this power stage.
Why don't you have a spin or make a mistake or just do something for once?
I did.
Oh, come on,
Well done, mate.
Good drive. Well done, Westo.
Bad luck.
Good drive.
Well done, Eli.
Thanks,
We headed there, mate.
Thanks, mate. Well done to you guys.
All
Top
good
effort.
points?
Top effort. Well
Yeah,
done.
it's all right. We've got a few more points here.
Hey, 3 points,
well.
yeah.
Happy days, we'll take it.
Well done, guys.
Making a habit of this, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, well, that's 2 in a row now, and you know, we finished second in the round 1 and then first in the next 2, so it's a good feeling. I'm out of breath. I don't think I took a breath in there, so yeah, a few little nervous moments where I thought I probably could have been a little bit faster and just try and push that away and keep going, but I did the best I could, and this time it was enough, so I'm very happy for Honda. The Honda Jazz has done it again. This car is just amazing. It's every time I get in it, I'm getting faster and faster, and I really enjoy driving this car. It's just a pleasure.
Well, he might be getting used to it, but the competition in this power stage is ramping up, and Eli knows it.
That's 5 championship points. That's massive. So when you think about it, from first to second, there's a 6-point difference. So essentially, we've, you know, if we do finish second in a heat here, the gap's not so bad. So it takes a bit of weight off your shoulders to perform here, and we'll just go out and we're going to enjoy these forests over the weekend, and we're just going to give it the best, have the best crack we can, and hopefully we're on top again in the Honda.
And if you want the chance to win the world's best rally experience, then visit ecb.com.au. Thanks to East Coast Bullbars, the world's best alloy bull bars, there are flights for 2 and VIP tickets to the Coates Hire Rally Australia at Coffs Harbour in September, plus a hot lap with one of the top teams in the ARC. Check the website for details. Coming up next, though, highlights of the 4-wheel drive National Series and those mighty classics. Back in a moment. It's the 3rd round of the East Coast Bullbars National 4-wheel drive series, coming to you from Scouts Rally SA. 11 4-wheel drive crews took up the challenge put out by Justin Dow. $2,000 to the driver who could beat the 2011 Australian Rally champion to the winner's podium.
I have no intentions of handing it over, so we'll do the best we can to win, but entries are down for the event, so we needed to provide a bit of an incentive to get some good competition, and that sort of worked. So we've got 9 cars racing against us now. So in the end, if we do it, we do. If we don't, well, too bad for us. But in the end, it'll be a lot of fun.
The fun started at night, and local Declan Dwyer made it clear he was in the hunt for the bonus on offer, 2 seconds quicker than James Rodder. Dowell was in touch through the short 1K sprint circuit around the Gawler Showgrounds. Wasn't worried going into the daytime forest stages.
We've won this event before and we've been quicker in the past, so there's no reason why once we get up to speed that we won't be able to, you know, do the job.
Dow jumped to within 3 seconds of Dwyer through the first Forest stage, with Rodder and Victorian Warren Lee close behind. Brett Middleton was relishing his first chance to meet some opposition in the SUV Challenge when Mark Fawcett fronted in his big Porsche Cayenne. After 2 years in development, the luxury SUV was ready for the gravel, and all was to be revealed about just how competitive it would be.
Right 5, 100.
After an engine failure in WA, Middleton's Forester was ready for duty, fitted with a bigger radiator. The MRT entry started well, but the car's computer thought otherwise and dropped the car into limp mode.
Bastard. Right, the bloody thing's doing that stall thing.
Fawcett pushed the 2-ton of German precision engineering through its first 9-kilometre gravel stage and came out 12 seconds in front. Middleton's engine management issues meant the comparison between Porsche and Subaru would have to wait when he was forced to withdraw with engine failure.
Unfortunately, I think we've found out the hard way that the car is still generating too much grunt for even the new, bigger radiator. So the car overheated in the stage and I didn't realise it, and then we damaged the engine.
Through Baines Gully, Derek Reynolds slams his Evo 5 down over a jump, damaging the front and cracking the windscreen. Michael Harding's great start didn't continue past the night stages. A broken centre diff meant controlling the TechWorks Subaru was all but impossible.
And 3 left over crest.
This is the tightest ball here.
Oh, yep, cool. Yep, 3 left over crest.
A rusty 2011 champion struggled to keep pace with the state champion.
You know, me and Adam are getting used to each other and stuff. It's pretty hard with the new co-driver, and it's really hard to beat Declan on these roads when, you know, it's. I just thought we would have been quicker than what we were, but that's just the way it is.
The other local hotshot, James Rodder, wasn't far behind either. Victorian Warren Lee had his measure through the repeat of Baines Gully, but Rodder came out on top by the end of Heat 1. The start of Heat 2 saw Dwyer on top, but with fingers crossed.
I guess we can only really do what we can do, sort of thing, but at the same time I reckon it was a really, really interesting and good thing for Justin to throw out that challenge, and so we were, you know, quite happy to have a crack at it, and so far everything's going all right, so we'll, you know, press on today and see how we go.
And how he went on was not what he wanted.
Long 4 left on crest into 6 right, 100.
Hi.
For co-driver Craig Adams, a veteran of 21 years of rallying, this was his first roll.
Sorry, mate.
You okay though?
I'm all right.
Good.
Dow's 2 Grand looked safe until he landed heavily after a jump and the engine cut out, dropping him to 6th.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Short 9 left, then long 7 left, tightens, don't cut, 30. 6 right, 50, through gate. 6 right, 50, through gate, 50. Turn 1 right, narrows. Into cut 3 left, 100. 100. 4 right out end, slippy, 80. Brake. Clear, brake, first jump, 50. 4 right at end.
Left 5 for 100. Yep. And then long left 3 plus hug. Into right 4 plus and straight brow 50. That's the long left 3 plus hug there. Into right 4 plus and then it's right 5, that's brow 50. Right 5 plus on brow 100. Left 6 over crest 100. Braking. Right 5 plus entry, turn right 2.
Rodder should have inherited the lead, but it wasn't his day either.
50. Oh, 50.
We were doing really well, just putting a consistent run there, and but unfortunately, the hairpin on Chrome, we actually broke the right rear drive shaft, which then the wheel was flaying around, and unfortunately had to withdraw.
First round winner Michael Harding found himself in the top 3 for the final heat, despite running with a broken centre diff all weekend.
It's like driving a 200 kilowatt Datsun, if that makes any sense. So backing into corners and quite unstable at high speeds and that sort of thing. So look, we're making the best of the situation. We've come a long way and the roads in here are fantastic. We're still having a lot of fun.
A new event leader emerged. Victorian Warren Lee was feeling a bit like Stephen Bradbury after problems of his own.
But we've had our fair share of trouble too. We've had boost trouble, bent the right rear wheel, smashed all the front up, smashed the windscreen, jumping the thing too high, but we're still going.
He went all the way to finish in front. Justin Dowell held on for second for the weekend, but the bonus went to Warren Lee. The only consolation being the money would stay in Victoria. Up next, Neil Bates and Coral Taylor, back from their exploits in New Zealand, ready to take on the classics in the ARC. Neil Bates was on top of the world after his first trip to New Zealand, winning the Otago Classic Rally, so the expectation was high in South Australia. He and Coral Taylor didn't disappoint, winning the opening Super Special at Gawler. The tight twisting stage around the grounds wasn't the best way to showcase the big horsepower Barry Lowe had under the bonnet of the Hello Commodore. The 600 of the General's finest would be better in the forest next day. And they were for the first stage. Although not matching Bates for top speed, Lowe was on a roll, showing what the car had to offer the crowd. But things that roll are often going downhill, and that was definitely the case for the Lowes' very next stage.
I think it was just a bit slidey on that corner there, and it just kicked up when it hit the bank and just flipped us over.
That left another local, Neville Wittenbury, to take up where Barry left off, and he did what he could to entertain the crowd and provide some competition for Neil Bates. Although the Celica was flying.
Left 6 on crest. Then right 5.5 pink 50. What's that whiny noise? The diff. The diff. Yep.
Wittenbury's best chance came when Bates suffered a broken diff. But as luck would have it, he limped back to service and replaced it in time to restart. Fro Horrobin was pushing his Datsun 180B to the limit, beating Wittenbury back into third on just one stage during the weekend. Ironically, the only stage that caused Horrobin any real grief.
Tightens to a 3. Come on. All back. 9 right. 50, 5 left. Into 6 left.
More developments for Bruce Field and his Mercedes. In 2012, he entered the 280 that was once his mum's and that he learned to drive in. This year, he was back with his wife sitting alongside in her first rally. He wasn't backing off. It was night and day between Bates and the Subway 1200 Datsun Coupe. But Beard got swallowed up in Heat 2 as Bates and Taylor impressed everyone with the sheer speed of their 30-year-old Celica. Chris Wedding made the journey from Queensland and kept his nose clean all event in the 1600 Datsun. Grabbed 4th for the weekend, consistency on his side. Wittenbury might have been beaten to the checkered flag by Bates, but he collected the Classic Spirit Award from Trenching Systems Australia for services to the crowd and camera. Meantime, Neil Bates notched up his first victory of the ARC season. But more importantly, valuable time behind the wheel of an old favourite.
I have never regretted building this car. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's fantastic to drive. Spectators love it. It's just, very, very good fun and, very rewarding to drive and quick as well.
It's a classic example of a man very much in sync with his machine, as this execution of the special stage at Corrigan Park demonstrates. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
300. Caution, right 3.5, narrow exit. Left 5, 50. Danger, crest, right 5. Into left 5, narrow exit. Then long left 6. Right 5.5, easy. Then right 5, 50. Right 6, easy, 100. Brake early, turn right 2 on crest. Into left 6. Into right 5.5. Caution crest, very long left 5.5 tightens. Into caution, keep right 5 on crest, immediate left 4.5. Oh, keep right 5, immediate left 4.5. Then right 6 pink. Then caution, left 4.5. Right 5.5. Then right 6 pink. Then caution, right 5.5 on small crest narrow. Then right entry, left 6 pink. Into right 5.5, stay in, caution, left 5. 50. Caution, right 4 slippery. Into left 6, right 6 slippery, jump maybe. Then caution, left 4 slippery. Right 6 pink, slippery. Right 6, left 5.5, pump, brake, caution, slippery entry, right 4 narrow. Then left 5.5 on crest, jump, right 6. Then right 6 pink. Then caution, right 6 into left 4.5 on crest. Into caution, left 5 immediate, right 4.5, slippery. Into left 5, slippy entry, into long right 4.5, narrow exit. Into left 6, pink, narrow, right 6. Into right 5.5, left 5. Into right 5, tightens a little. Left 5.5. Into left 5, stay in 50. Long right 4.5, slippery. Into caution, left 3.5. Then left 6 pink, 20. Turn right 3, very slippery if wet, hard to see. Into left 6. Into right 5.5, stay in. Then long left 5, slippery. Then danger, right 5.5, tightens a little, narrow exit. Left 5.5, into left 5.5 on crest, into right 5.5, left 6. Then left 6 on crest. Then right 5.5 pink, 50. Right 6 on crest. Then left entry, right 6. Then right 5.5. Into left 5, 150. Crest, stay middle. Then right 6 easy. Then danger, left 5 immediate, right 4.5. 5 narrow exit, 50. Right 5.5, just over small crest. Into left 5.5. Into left entry, right 6 on crest. Into left 6. Into left 6, kick. Into caution, left 5.5, kick, right 5. Then left 5, right 5.5 opens. Into left 6, kick easy. Then flat small crest. Into left 6, kick. Then right 6, kick easy. Then danger, brake early, left 4. Then left 5, 50. Right 5, slippery, 50. Right 6. Then caution, turn right 3.5. Then left 6, finish. .9. That is a tricky stage, isn't it?
Yep.
Bloody hell, bit of fun.
Great stuff from Coral Taylor and Neil Bates. That wraps up our coverage today from Scouts Rally SA. Stay tuned for all the action from the Outright Championship in our next program, same time next week. Just check your local TV guides for details. For the team, bye for now.